Alright, what's going on, TSG? It's GCP here. Want to thank Thunder, as always, for allowing me to upload to the channel. And with that being said, let's talk about Infinity Ward and Activision. I want to talk about the recent survey that came out, where basically it means that the player drop-off rate has been drastically decreased since the launch of Modern Warfare. And the reason for that is because people are frustrated with this game. I don't understand why these guys don't understand how and why we are so frustrated. I mean, it feels like we and our complaints are falling on deaf ears. That, or they're just being totally ignorant. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to realize all of the things the community has been frustrated and complaining about. You know, honestly, we're not really demanding these changes, but at the same time, we're demanding these changes, if you know what I mean. Like, it feels like everything that we've been telling these guys, and it doesn't take a genius to realize that all of this stuff is in plain sight. It's all over social media. You don't need to put out a survey asking people what would convince them to get back on Modern Warfare. It's all on Twitter, it's on YouTube, it's on Reddit. Literally, the answer is right there for you guys. And even then, with this survey, the funny thing is, they're not asking the COD veterans. No. They're not asking the people who play this game day in and day out. You know, people with actual valuable feedback. You know, the people who continue to play this game, who actually are your live play testers, because it seems like nobody really play tested your game when it came out or before it came out. You know, so we're the actual playtesters, which is pretty sad for a AAA title to have playtesters be in the game when it comes out, but it seems really like that's what's happening here. So you would think we would have the most valuable intel to be able to provide for free to you guys, to be able to figure out why this game is so broken and what needs to be fixed in it. But no, they want to ignore us. And they want to go straight to the players who are casual, who barely play, you know, the noobs. They want to cater to those people, you know. So they really take us for granted here. But anyways, I think that the TSG community is pretty smart. And let's help these guys out, because it seems like they just don't get it. For whatever reason, either they choose to ignore in the comment section of videos or on Twitter, Reddit, you name it. They're choosing to ignore that, but hopefully they will listen. I don't know. But for whatever reason, let's help these guys out. Let's try to help them figure out what are the things that need fixing and what it will take to convince people to hop onto this game. Okay, so I'm going to list a few things here, and I'm sure I'm going to miss a whole bunch, so that's where I want you guys to go in the comment section and let these guys know what needs to be fixed. So number one to me is the footsteps. I mean, honestly, I think this issue has been addressed so many times. I don't want to hear a person a mile away when I'm sprinting in this game. And again, we have huge maps in this game. Probably the biggest maps that we've had in any Call of Duty game. And when I can hear people from a mile away, it really throws off your sense of direction as well. You know, and if you want a smooth flow in this game, you have to be sprinting. You have to be constantly moving, but this game, again, doesn't encourage that, does it? It encourages camping, it encourages people from staying in one spot, and it doesn't encourage any type of movement. I mean, if you do move, you're at a risk there, because anytime you're setting away from or stepping away from your area of a safe space, then you're at risk for getting shot at or sound hoard. So all the time, like at every angle, every turn, every match, it feels like I'm getting sound hoard. So this definitely needs to be fixed, and I don't know how many times they need to address it, but it really does need to be addressed and actually resolved. Another thing is the compass. I mean, what's the point of this stupid compass? Like, do you guys remember in the beginning when they didn't have the mini-map and they thought they could get away with just having this stupid compass? Like, this compass is so pathetic. Like, nobody really uses it. Does anybody really use this compass? And why is it that when people shoot, they're showing up on the compass and not the minimap? So either do away with the minimap or do away with the compass, which I say do away with the compass and just bring back the old red dot minimap, not this pathetic compass that nobody uses. It is completely useless. I mean, the only benefit that I see from this compass is letting you know where you are on the map. But other than that, it's really not even of any use. Another thing is the silencers. Look, when you shoot somebody with a silencer, why is it that I'm able to hear them and they're so freaking loud? Silencers, the whole point of them is to be silent. So they're supposed to be hidden off of the compass and minimap in this game, but they still show up on the compass. Why? I mean, I remember in the old red dot minimap, they never showed up on the minimap because they were silenced. But in this game, there is no hiding from that. So they have them still show up as a red dot on there. And they're still, again, like I said before, they're still loud. I can't tell you how many times I've heard in the kill cams when I'm shooting and I'm looking at the enemy's kill cam, I could hear people firing with that silencer extremely loud, like as if they weren't silenced. I mean, they're a little muffled, but they're still pretty loud. So that needs to be fixed as well. And speaking of silence, what is up with dead silence not being a perk in this game? That makes no sense to me. That should have been a perk since the very beginning. And since we're talking about perks, what about Ghost, man? Ghost is way too powerful. Why did we revert 10 times back to Black Ops 1? Even though Black Ops 1 was a great game, but Ghost was completely broken. That should have been resolved a long time ago. This issue with Ghost was made better since Black Ops 2. When people move, then you stay hidden. But if you stay in one spot, then you should be able to be seen on the minimap. But they wanted to revert back and protect the noobs, so Ghost, kind of a crutch perk. Skill-based matchmaking. Dude, skill-based matchmaking is thick in this game, man. I want there to be an equal balance of noobs and tryhards. Skill-based matchmaking sympathizers will say, oh, well, you know, you only want to face noobs so that way you can dominate lobbies. And honestly, that's not true, man. I think connection is key here. So the way that they should pair players up is by their connection. Another thing is the maps. Now, the maps are terrible in this game, but what they can do is board up windows, put less head glitches, you know, get rid of these safe spaces, and light up the dark areas. There's been a lot of times where areas of the map are just way too dark and you can't see anybody. They're really hidden well in those spots. So definitely work on that. And then player callouts. Dude, why is my character shouting out to the enemy when I'm planting a claymore? Why is he letting the enemy know when he's hurt? So that way the enemy can come and kill me or finish me off, or when I'm reloading. Why would anyone, I mean, I don't understand, like, does anyone in the actual military shout that out when they are in trouble or they're within the proximity of the enemy? No, right? I mean, why would you give up? Why would you give up your element of surprise like that? Just take player callouts out of the game. I mean, I know they were trying to fix that, or they said they were making it so that enemies are not able to hear you, but I'm still able to hear the enemies whenever I'm near them calling out. And of course they can hear me whenever my stupid character calls out. So this is so dumb, man. Just take it out of the game. Another thing is increase the movement speed. It seems like the movement speed in this game is not as fast as previous Call of Duty games, so definitely increase that. Increase the ADS speed. Dude, why is it that we are being punished, or why is the ADS speed decreased for every single thing or attachment we put on the weapon? Why? It's never been like that in any other Call of Duty game. And why in this game do they want the rushers, want the people to not have a fast ADS? I don't get it. Remove mounting from this game. Mounting is stupid. Fix the broken camera angles. The hitbox and hit detection are horrible as well. And another thing is this Poltergeist Booty Pro that Thunder says, right? I mean, there's been a lot of times where, you know, my character model's body has been sticking out from walls as well, and that has gotten me killed when I'm on a high streak. So this is stupid, and there's a lot of things that need fixing in this game. Again, let me know all the things you guys have as a suggestion for these developers, and just let them know exactly how you feel, man. I mean, I don't understand what Infinity Ward and Activision are doing. All of the answers are already online. You just have to follow through with them. And I just want to steal this out of Thunder's book, but are these developers stupid? Tell them, 6ix9ine.
Stupid.
I mean, honestly, it boggles my mind. But anyways, with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit the like button for this amazing community channel. Thank you again to Thunder for the upload. And with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you check me out. The link to my channel will be in the description below. With that being said, this is GCP signing off.